Today, Tesla is a giant and SpaceX is massive, and Elon Musk has been declared as the first trillionaire. But there was a time when everything almost collapsed. Tesla was running out of money, SpaceX rockets kept failing, the global economy was crashing, and Elon Musk had to make a brutal choice: save one dream or risk losing everything. This is not just the story of a rich man becoming richer, this is the story of a man who made millions, risked almost all of it, came dangerously close to a failure, and somehow turned crisis into one of the biggest business empires in history. To understand the $1 trillion fortune journey of Elon Musk, we have to go back to the beginning, to a small internet company called Zip2. In 1995, Elon Musk was not building electric cars or rockets, he was building software. Along with his brother Kimball Musk, he started Zip2, a company that helped newspapers put city guides, maps, and business directories online. Today, that sounds simple, but in the 1990s, the internet was still new. Most businesses did not fully understand it. Many newspapers were still thinking like the old world. But Elon saw the shift early, so he worked like his life depended on it. He was sleeping near the office, working endless hours, writing codes, selling the product, and trying to convince big newspaper companies that the internet was about to change everything. And slowly, Zip2 started getting attention. Then in 1999, Compaq bought Zip2 for about $307 million. For Elon Musk, this was the first big win. He had made millions. For most people, that would have been enough. Buy a house, relax, enjoy life, play safe. Instead of protecting his money, he took the next big risk. In 1999, Musk founded X.com, an online financial company. X.com later merged with Confinity, the company behind PayPal. And PayPal had something powerful. It made sending money on the internet easy. Suddenly, sending money became fast, simple, and digital. Then, in 2002, eBay bought PayPal for about $1.5 billion. This was Musk's second major exit. Now Elon Musk had serious money, but this is the moment where his story could have gone in a completely different direction. He could have become just another internet millionaire, but instead he looked at his money and decided to attack two of the hardest industries on earth: cars and rockets. Think about that for a second. A normal entrepreneur might start another software company. Software is cheaper, it scales faster, it does not require factories. But Elon Musk chose electric cars and space rockets. Two industries where failure is expensive, public, and brutal. But Musk believed both industries were too important to ignore. He believed electric cars were necessary for the future of sustainable energy. And he believed cheaper rockets were necessary if humanity was ever going to reach Mars. So in 2002, he founded SpaceX. And in 2004, he became a major early investor in Tesla. Tesla wanted to prove that electric cars did not have to be slow and boring. SpaceX wanted to prove that a private company could build cheaper rockets than the traditional aerospace giants. But excitement does not pay the bills. And very quickly both companies started burning money. Tesla faced delays, rising costs, engineering problems, and pressure from every direction. The car looked revolutionary, but behind the scenes the company was struggling to survive. At the same time, SpaceX was facing an even more brutal reality. SpaceX built Falcon 1, its first rocket. The first launch failed, then the second, then the third launch failed. Now imagine being Elon Musk at that moment. Tesla is bleeding cash, SpaceX rockets are failing, your money is disappearing, investors are nervous, the media is doubtful, and then the global financial crisis hits. The year is 2008. This was not just a bad year for Elon Musk, it was a bad year for the entire world economy. Banks were collapsing, markets were crashing, investors were panicking, companies everywhere were cutting jobs and fighting for survival. And Tesla was not a strong, profitable car company yet. It was a young startup trying to build an expensive electric sports car in the middle of a financial storm. SpaceX was not a space giant yet. It was a private rocket company with 3 failed launches and almost no room left for another mistake. This is the part of Elon Musk's story that many people forget. Later, Musk described that period as the worst year of his life, and you can understand why. His companies were under pressure, his personal life was under pressure, his money was running out, and both of his biggest dreams were close to failure at the same time. Then came the hardest decision. Should he save Tesla and let SpaceX die? Should he save SpaceX and let Tesla die? Or should he split what he had left and risk losing both? Most people would have chosen one. Musk chose both. It was a dangerous decision because if both companies failed, he would not just lose money, he would lose the entire future he had been trying to build. At Tesla, the company needed emergency funding to survive. At SpaceX, everything came down to one final chance: Falcon 1's fourth launch. This was not just another rocket test, this was survival. If this launch failed, SpaceX could have been finished. 3 failures were already behind them. The team was exhausted. The pressure was massive. The money was almost gone. And then finally, Falcon 1 reached orbit. The moment changed everything. After years of failure, SpaceX had done what many people thought was impossible. A private developed liquid fueled rocket had reached orbit. And just when SpaceX needed it most, NASA awarded the company a major contract to deliver cargo to the International Space Station. That contract gave SpaceX money. It gave SpaceX credibility, and most importantly, it gave SpaceX time. At almost the same time, Tesla also managed to survive through emergency financing. Both companies had been inches away from collapse, but somehow both made it through. Zip2 had given Elon Musk his first millions. PayPal had given him the capital to take bigger risks. But Tesla and SpaceX almost took everything away. And by surviving that moment, Elon Musk changed from an internet entrepreneur into something much bigger. He became the man trying to transform transportation on Earth. And the transportation beyond Earth, first part of Elon Musk's trillionaire story, is not about luxury. It is not about fame. It is not even about money. It is about one question: how much are you willing to risk when the whole world thinks you are about to fail? In part 2, we will see how Tesla turned from a struggling startup into a global electric vehicle giant, how SpaceX changed the economics of space, and then, at last, how Elon Musk became the first trillionaire in the history of mankind.
Don't miss the next adventure. Press that subscribe button now.